Forbes just published an article talking about how crypto in the world of AI is competing with Web2 companies like Amazon and Google. Which projects should you keep an eye on? Also, we have numbers from last week for Bitcoin inflows. $883 million has flowed into BTC. Also, a massive buy from one of the largest stable coins in the space. Well, the largest stable coin, Tether. Wait to see how many Bitcoin they purchased. What is April going to look like for Bitcoin? We also have news from FTX bankruptcy estate. When can you expect your money if you had money locked up on FTX? We have an Ethereum ETF update. We're going to look at some token unlocks and much, much more on today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Let's get right into it. Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel. We take old, boring, stale information and repackage that turkey up in a fun and sexy way. Easter, yesterday. Sell-off, today. AI is tomorrow. Future, at least. No, I want to give a shout-out to Matt the Mailman. Said, I just bought my first batch of Near today. Congratulations, my friend. You will be rewarded. Also, today is April Fool's Day. We are not going to be pulling on your strings today, but just don't believe anything you see on the internet. I try to find some funny ones, but they're all kind of dumb. Anyways, let's jump right in. So AI has been an absolutely hot narrative for all of 2024, even going back as far as mid-2023. And I want to share this Forbes article with you, how crypto AI projects set themselves apart from Web2 AI giants. So, a few days ago, an exciting piece of news emerged in the Web3 and crypto AI domain. 3 AI projects, SingularityNet, Fetch AI, and Ocean Protocol, announced their intention to merge their tokens to create a mega project together called the Super Intelligence Alliance. We did do a video on this last Thursday. So if you want to know what it means, if you're a holder of Fetch, Ocean, or SingularityNet, all the good and the bad, you're going to want to watch the video. And I'll ask Rocco kindly to drop that video link in the comment section of the chat so you guys can take a look after the live show. This challenge is currently quite difficult as the merged market value of these projects is only $7 billion while they compare it to NVIDIA. NVIDIA's over $2.25 trillion. I don't think it's fair to really compare these AI projects in crypto to NVIDIA because NVIDIA is a chip manufacturer, right? I know they do some software stuff too, but Web2 AI companies and Web3 AI projects are not in competition, but in a collaborative relationship. I'll get Robin's take on that. You know what? Let me stop right there. Do you agree with that? Do you agree that Web2 AI and Web3 AI are working together, not against each other?
There's so much money in this AI world that I don't think that there is any cutthroat competition. I think everyone's just trying to build out and fight for the graphic processing power that's needed for this AI rendering. I think that's where the competition lies. But as far as the products and trying to one up one another, I think everyone's being so innovative. It's kind of almost like price discovery, but it's technology discovery. So everyone's just trying to figure out how to best represent their company and best show off their AI tools and get as much market adoption. And, you know, is by the time they analyze what the competition is doing, they're already behind. So I think generative AI in its entirety is exactly what it means, right? It's a massive amount of data just ran over and over and over and over and over again to create the models that we have. Tesla's a good example. Their road driving, the cameras just kept recording over and over again. And then after thousands of trips over thousands of different Tesla models, the AI software in the Tesla has learned how to navigate the streets versus someone programming, hey, when you get to here and you see this, it's too many variables naturally throughout the world that you need AI just to have a massive database. But database costs money, data costs money, rendering power costs money. And so that's where the competition is. I don't think that Web 2 and blockchain are fighting or butting heads. I just think that everyone's just trying to get as much graphic power as possible.
But here's the thing, though, right? Because, with the merge of these three tokens that I just mentioned, they talked about, hey, we're merging to fight against these centralized entities that are looking to expand AI. We're trying to do it in a decentralized way. So to some extent, they are kind of competing against each other, right? You see these LLMs like the Google one and OpenChat. You ask it a certain question about a certain person or a certain topic, it tells you it can't give you information. And then on the other end, let's just say from a political standpoint, you have, tell me this about Joe Biden. Yeah. Tell me this about Donald Trump. I can't really talk about that. Or show me a picture of what this looked like, and it gives you, so I don't know.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Wow, thank you, Spider-Man.
That is
That was Ben.
not only a quote from Spider-Man, but it's a quote from Big Rob, and it encompasses the fact that AI is growing ever larger and becoming more and more dangerous with its potential for disruption of our everyday world. We see these deep fakes. We see scams are going to become that much smarter. I mean, imagine getting a phone call from someone that you believe is a family member asking you for money.
It's already happening.
Full-on conversation.
It's already happening.
It is already happening. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna go right into it. I have a little bit of. I found some really cool AI apps. Right. So here's one. Here's one. This is elevatelabs.io. You can have a program. You can just have it read out speech in people's voices. Program different people's voices. Here I have David Abaganya here. This is our fellow co-host here.
Wow.
I doxed your last name, but there you go. So now, my man here, I've asked it to play a little phrase here. So without further ado, let's see what David has to say.
Hello, my name is David, and well, this voice isn't real. I did want to say, though, something that is real is how damn amazing my co-host, Big Rob, is. I mean, there is the above average man on this planet, and then there's the highly intelligent, next level, ultra smart human being, and that's Big Rob. One day, Rob, I can maybe be half the man you are.
Oh,
wow.
Wow, David. That's very kind words of yours. I appreciate that.
This dude walks in today. He's
It can only be an AI.
Yeah, he walks in today. April Fool's, by the way. He walks in today. He's like, we're talking AI today, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, I got some cool stuff. I'm like, what is it? He wouldn't tell me. Now I know why. You know what, though? If you listen to me or if you watch the show a lot, you probably can understand that that's fake. But if maybe you've caught the show once, or you're a friend maybe that doesn't watch the show all the time, and you hear that,
the thing is you can keep giving it more data. So what I was referencing earlier is that it uses that the AI just keeps using more and more examples, right? And so I uploaded 20 clips from our YouTube show. And so if I upload 200 clips or 2,000 clips, it gets even that much stronger. So this is just an example of what I loaded up in probably 15 minutes at home. And if I would have really took some time to deep fake your voice, I could have got it even that much closer. So, and not to mention, there's a lot of adjustable parameters on the website alone. Here, you want to pull it back up, Rocco? You can get in here and you can go into voice settings. And you can go into, there's a lot of different settings. You got stability here. You can go clarity, similarity, style, exaggeration. So, you can even make the person's voice, sound more exaggerated, and then see what that even does, so something interesting there.
Jimmy said, David, a bag of onions. My father-in-law used to say, David, I'll be gone again. All right, back to this Forbes article. So it goes on to say, in particular, Web2 companies improve AI productivity, while Web3 AI companies transform the AI production relationships. A couple things I've highlighted down here. Although Web3 AI companies are relatively young and lack the financial and talent resources of Web2 AI companies, they are rapidly changing the production relationships of AI by leveraging blockchain and crypto technology. Some of the Web3 projects that Forbes lists for you to watch out for include Render, Graph, BitTensor, SingularityNet, Akash Network, Fetch, iOS, GLM, OORT, My Startup. That's funny, I didn't see that. Ocean, CGPT, and CTCX. Any other comments here on this article? Any of these projects kind of your favorite, or that you really maybe have exposure to or looking to get exposure to?
My thing is that these products haven't, from what I've seen, haven't been made for the end user, and it's been more for the back end rendering support, right? And I know that the trifecta there, the merge coming up with Ocean Singularity and Fetch, I know that they're trying to make a usable AI interface that the everyday person is going to end up using as an option. Where, hey, I can either use ChatGPT, I can use Bard, or a few other services. There's also the video ones, and also there's a lot. The AI space, I'm telling you, there's so many different avenues. I mean, you can even make music 100% AI, right? I mean, could you imagine driving in your car and then all of a sudden bumping a song that was never even sung by a person? Is that kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Actually, I'm glad we mentioned that, okay? Because I have another one.
Okay.
And so I found some music generator. And so Suno.ai here, you can literally just...
Do any of these have tokens, by the way? Can we FOMO?
Yeah, so here you have no tokens. These aren't blockchain, but you can have it just write music. Just like ChatGPT, say, hey, do a rap song, do mention this XYZ.
Can't wait to see what you have
here.
here.
So we have, well, here's one about Sin City Crypto. Okay, so this one's pretty good, right? So I gave us parameters. I said, hey, we're Sin City Crypto. I'm Big Rod. It's David. Make me a hip hop song. So check this.
Yo, it's Big Robin David on the track. Sin City Crypto, we got your back. Talking crypto game, we stay on stack. Bitcoin, XRP, we making racks.
Why XRP, man?
Yeah.
Chain dripping, Cardano flexing, Ethereum booming, wallets connecting. Sin City Crypto, we on top, no question.
So,
join the party.
So you didn't tell it what to say.
Investing.
You just told it. Like,
I literally
you didn't put that's not a script.
No, I said mention Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, and Chainlink, and then I said Sin City Crypto, and I put our names. And then and then here I just said make a song about Bitcoin. This one was super simple.
Space. Bitcoin pumping, making gains in my face. Blockchain revolution, we taking over, getting rich on the.
And then I made a bunch.
Yo, listen up, we about to make it rain. Bitcoin flowing, ain't no time to complain. Sin City Crypto, we stacking that cash. David, Big Rob, we making it last. Cryptocurrency, that's our game, our obsession.
Kind of weird.
The world's
Pretty
about to
good.
get weird. I'll tell you what, man. The world is about to get real weird. Someone said, imagine Indian scammers having American accents.
I can't right now, bro. All right, so
He's laughing because I do a really good Indian accent. I will not do that on the show.
Then lastly, one last project that we'll get back to the blockchain stuff. So Leonardo.ai, they do image generation. And so for this one, Leonardo, you just give it prompts and it'll throw up some images up here. But it also has motion graphics.
Kind of like Midjourney?
Yes, it's basically like a Midjourney. And so, but it's pretty cool because you can go in and you can just you can just highlight an area and then just start changing things, right? So say you didn't like this guy's helmet, you can just circle his head and then just put scuba gear and it'll change his head to a scuba gear. And so instead of rendering the whole graphic, you can kind of just start tailoring little things. Anyways, this one does motion graphics. And so I found a couple here. So here's that Charles Hoskinson video or photo, which got a little bit of motion there. You can see that the camera's moving, even though this was taken as a still image. And then here you have the Michael Saylor, made this, his little lightning bolt thing. Made that animated. It's still not in the works here. You can see the Satoshi one kind of over here doing magic tricks and stuff, apparently. And then, but you can just have it make, just generate images. So these are just some of the regular.
So can you upload an image and it gives you motion graphics? Or you just
Yeah,
have to search?
that's exactly what I did here. So yeah, you just
Interesting.
But yeah, you see how this looks like Charles over here. He's like actually out in the. This was a still image. Pretty cool.
Interesting. Before we move forward, I do want to give a big shout out to channel sponsor. Today's show is partly brought to you by Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you want to learn how Cams can help your business scale and grow and maximize your networking, IT, and your cybersecurity, there's one company we trust. And to be completely honest with you, the stream, the way we have it set up, would not be remotely possible without the help of Cams. So if you run a business and you want the same help for yourself, visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video. I saw a lot of new people in here. Rob, you want to give a couple shout outs and then we'll kind of move on?
Yeah, we have living in Westlake, Flex Rated, Bailey, Anna, Elright, and that's all I see at the moment. To all of you. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Also, I see Sean, New World Crypto is back in here. So it's
been where you been, bro?
So, yeah. Good to see you back in here.
You just ghosted us, man. You just ghosted the whole space.
Man.
We missed your comedy, man.
Yeah, I miss Sean.
Good to see you, Sean.
Hopefully you stick around.
Yeah, stick around, man. We got a lot of money to make here, right? Speaking of a lot of money, from Mr. Butterfill. Fill me up with some good stats here. A recovery for Bitcoin ETFs with 862 million in inflows last week, as you can see here from this chart. So this report gets published every Monday. Last week, we saw a net outflow of almost $1 billion. Right? Net outflow this week. Again, we're back in the green, $882 million in inflows for the Bitcoin ETF. You take a look here, some other assets. So almost 20 million flowed out of Ethereum, 6 million flowed into Solana, 1 million flowed into Cardano, 2 million flowed into Polkadot. And so, yeah, these are just some numbers here. Any thoughts or ideas on this, Rob? We talk about this, almost every day, but it's important because, this is a potential massive driving factor for the price of Bitcoin going up is the ETF. And, we talked about last week, we don't even have sovereign funds, pension funds, retirement funds. This is just kind of retail, right? We're still seeing outflows from Grayscale.
This was on Friday?
This was all of last week.
All of last week? So it's a net positive?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're off to a good start, though.
What about this net outflow from
what? We're at 68,000. Oh, kind of I don't know. I was surprised. I was really anticipating.
I thought yesterday was going to be a big day because Bitcoin started rally over 71K. I was like, all right, we're hitting 75, 76.
I thought coming in today
I thought we'd be over 70K for sure.
Yeah, so a little surprised. I mean, we're not far off. We're at 68.7, so $68,700 on Bitcoin. It's really not that far away from where we were, 70K, 71,000. So will we get a bounce back? I'm not sure. And yesterday, one of my sticking points. I'm not. What I was gonna say is that I don't know if we'll cross. Last week, my sticking point was: will we cross 71,500? That's a big level of resistance. Something we touched 3 to 4 times last week alone. And once we cross that and trade above it for a short amount of time, we should put 70K or 70 lower than 70K in the rearview mirror. But I'm not quite sure if we're going to cross that this week now at this point, at least with the start that we've had.
Halving's in 18 days.
I know, man. I'm just not, I don't know how, what part of me says, hey, we typically don't break all-time highs until post-halving, but this time was an exception because of the ETF and the surge of liquidity. So maybe this 90K, 100K Bitcoin, maybe it comes on the later half of this year, maybe September, October, November. But that's just me in question to my narrative right now. So if I had to put a percentage to it, I think that the likelihood that we cross the 90K range is still more than 50% in the next 2 months for me personally. I think that's simply because of the supply and demand nature of Bitcoin, the amount of assets that BlackRock and the ETFs are picking up, and the fact that there's just not enough Bitcoin getting mined to supply all of that demand. And on top of that, we're going to cut that supply in half. And so for that reason, I do think that we're going to get a shorter term. I think we're going to get a 90K, a bigger rally near the halving versus later in the halving it like we've seen in other cycles before.
Okay. I was just taking a look at the Bitcoin chart, but I do want to share. I do want to share this piece of news. So we had Tether just bought 8,888 more Bitcoin worth $629 million. They currently hold $5.2 billion in BTC. We're talking about a stable coin that's got a market cap of over $104 billion. Holy shit. $104 billion.
Very interesting. If these stablecoin founders, companies, if they start holding Bitcoin versus, say,
Treasuries.
I mean, that's going to be a massive amount of Bitcoin that'll be purchased, right? And it doesn't have to be a full 100% like, oh, hey, did you hear Tether's just going to hold nothing but Bitcoin? Obviously, there's a lot of volatility there. It being a stable coin, you want to keep the asset near the dollar, right? You have a dollar stable coin. It's probably a smart idea to hold dollars. But at the same time, we know you don't have to have 100% of the funds tied up into the actual dollar, and that you can put some of it in treasuries. And, well, hey, Bitcoin is something that Tether has been accumulating. What if this speeds up? What if Circle gets and joins the party? What if the other stable coins further down the market cap list also do the same? Could be another supply shock catalyst that is coming for Bitcoin.
You know, a lot of people think about what Terra Luna did and how they were backing their stable coin with Bitcoin, and people like, hey, that crashed. But
they got liquidated in minutes.
But this is completely different. There is no digital asset token on the other side of Tether. It's just Tether and they're backing it. Someone said, I think it was Anna, said Tether just printing money and buying Bitcoin. That's what the U.S. government should do, right? You got the money printer now. You're not going to have it forever. Print the useless crap, the toilet paper, U.S. dollar, and put it into a hard asset like Bitcoin. I think a lot of countries should do that, but they're not. And so Tether is.
I don't think the U.S. should do it, to be honest with you. It's simply because they're printing just to accumulate more Bitcoin, which in turn will give them more share. But I do think if you're a nation and you're using the dollar, or you're highly dependent on the dollar, or you're highly dependent on treasuries or bonds that you're buying from the U.S. government, I think it's a no-brainer. Well, U.S. governments, obviously the money is inflating, the value is dropping. Why would you purchase and hold the U.S. dollar as a foreign nation or a sovereign fund? Starts to make a lot more sense to say, hey, this Bitcoin, it has a finite supply. It conversely goes up when the dollar value goes down. We know the dollar value going down is not slowing down anytime soon. And for that reason, it seems to make 100% sense. And now it's got the stamp of approval by the stock exchange, right? And so anyone that can trade in the U.S. Markets can now get exposure to Bitcoin without worrying about the whole seed phrase bull crap. And so it's a good time to be live in the Bitcoin network, bro.
It's always a good time to be live. We did close out Q1 a 68.68%. In the green, Q2 is off to a bad start. Oh my God. 3.98%. Month of April has historically been bullish for BTC, bringing us an average of around 13.8%. Month of March saw us bring in 16.8% in gains, continuing 4 consecutive marches of gains for BTC, including during the bear market of 2022. And then we have this. 500 million XRP has been removed from their escrow.
Somebody about to dump.
And this is one reason why I am not that bullish on XRP like our friend Rocco here is. Literally, you have Brad Garlinghouse and the team. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. Saying, they strategically release XRP tokens from escrow to keep the price stable. Why the hell would you want to invest money you're expecting to grow 5, 10, 20x? If you're looking for a stable asset, sure, great, hold XRP. you're looking for a 10x, why are you holding XRP? If literally the team is saying we're trying to stabilize the price by releasing tokens. I don't know, it just seems pretty obvious to me. And with that being said, I'm gonna throw it.
Maybe they're providing it as liquidity.
Sure, yeah.
Giving it to banks and
literally
exchanges, and central banks. They're not. You sit here and think that they're gonna release 500,000 XRP tokens for $500 million, and they're just gonna dump it on the order books. That is asinine. That's not gonna happen.
I'm not saying that
it's not saying that it's a good thing. I know that releasing tokens like that unlocks things of that nature. Generally doesn't bode well for a chain. Not anything that an XRP holder would be excited to hear about. I get that. But at the same time, the narrative that it's going to be dumped on the market and the price is going to drop or is going to stifle its growth while the other tokens rise, I think is a reach. I think there is some truth to it. You print money. Obviously, it debases a currency. You issue more tokens. It debases the network's underlying token. There is truth to that. But I think that if you look at how many XRP tokens there are in circulation, there is
a lot,
a boatload. A market cap is at 33 billion, so $500 million. I mean, it's not peanuts, but it's still not anything that's going to tank the price. Even if they did do what you're saying, like sell a lot of it, I think it's more going to be provided for liquidity to facilitate the
stabilization of the price.
No, you need as you get into. Here's the thing: as all of these exchanges go into the bull market, they know that volume is going to increase, and because of that, they're going to need more liquidity. It's not just XRP, and so yeah, there's probably some exchanges that are saying, "Hey, XRP, it's back on our platform. People can now purchase it again. Let's get some more." And so maybe it's a little bit of that. But I agree with you. It's a little nerve shaking, but I don't think it's the big doom and gloom scenario that you're kind of alluding to.
Not doom and gloom. I'm just saying, like, I ain't gonna have money in a project that is looking to stabilize the price. If that's the case, I'll buy a stablecoin. Anyways, why don't we take a look at the markets here, Robin?
All right. So taking a look, Bitcoin coming in at $68,839. You can see that since this morning, we've spilled off from the 71K mark. Looks like we're sniffing out the 71.5. Could not quite reach that. And once this happens, I mean, you don't need to be a mathematician, a chart genius, but you keep going up and testing that 71K over and over and over and over again. When you do break that thing, when you do break above 71.5, it is going to be off to the races. That is something I feel confident about. Now, you can see here on the last 1 week, as we mentioned, hanging around between 71 and 68.8. And so we're still in that same range. Similar if you go back on the 1 month. Looking at the broader crypto markets, taking a look at the altcoins, you have Core up 200%, something I'm not quite familiar with, but something that has recently rising up the ranks. Also, you have Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is moving quite a little surprising. And you know what I saw the other day?
What'd you see?
I saw a channel about Bitcoin Cash, like a YouTube channel. It was a Bitcoin Cash.
Stop it.
Yeah, seriously, man. Bitcoin Cash. It was like a whole YouTube channel, and the whole channel was nothing but Bitcoin Cash. Let's see here. Quite comical. Yeah, here it is. Bitcoin Cash TV. Take a look at this, man. And so it's all about Bitcoin Cash, man. It's all it is, bro.
Wow.
What do you think, man?
Yeah, don't.
There's actually a. Oh, you think we should subscribe?
We should not.
But so anyways, we're seeing a little bit of buzz there, and then maybe that wasn't the one, but there's here it is, the Bitcoin Cash podcast. This is the one I was looking at yesterday.
There will be no real non-controlled currency in the world.
And so quite interesting, and you can see here look at this episode 111. Yes,
That's crazy. Because I don't think that, I mean, I don't follow.
I was genuinely surprised. I found a Bitcoin Cash channel the other day. So, okay. So moving on, Jupiter up 4.8%, 20% on the.
Bro, Jupe is going to crush it.
Yeah.
Jupe is going to crush it. Guys, remember, they had an airdrop, but it doesn't stop there. They're going to continue to have airdrops every January, right? Jupuary, I think they said.
Jupuary.
So if you're swapping, well, first of all, you should be using Jupiter because it's easy, it's fast, and it's very user-friendly. But if you're not, you can literally tap into any liquidity pool, whether it's Meteora, whether it's Radium, or you name it. You can do it through Jupiter. And plus, as you're using the network, who knows, you might get a token airdrop. I know I got 2,400 tokens. That is now worth, what is that math? 24, like four, almost $4,000.
I was gonna say like 4 quadrillion or something. So you can see here on the 1 week, it's pretty healthy, man. From $1.20 to $1.65. You go back to the 1 month. The price had dropped down to 50 cents post the airdrop when everyone got that free money and just took their money and ran. Well, joke's on you because now it's 3x from that point. And so how high will this go? Oh, here at Sin City Crypto, we do believe Jupiter, and David is holding it as well. So there you go.
Jupiter is the best DEX aggregator in all of crypto, hands down.
So taking a look at some of the pullbacks today, quite a lot of red in the markets. Obviously, Bitcoin is down a few percent. And so the rest of the altcoins are going to also bleed off. Conflux, Ondo, Pepe, Ordi, Celestia, Bonk, Dog with Hat, Sats, all down over 10% just in the last 24 hours. Dog with Hat, though, still up 50% on the week. So
Crazy.
It's still a healthy performance, but there are some big spill loss. Conflux over 20% on the week, and then Celestia at over 10% on the week as well. There you go, brother.
I do want to take a look at a BTC CHART, which spells chart.
Jesus.
I deserve that one. I deserve that one. I'll take that one, okay?
Thank you
Good job,
for
bro.
accepting.
So Bitcoin on the 1 hour, what we're seeing here is kind of a channel, right? You see, I'll drop a couple horizontal lines. You see here, and then you see another one here. So we're kind of just chopping, and the lower end is around 68.3, higher end is 71.5. Tap, come down, tap, rise, tap. Now, you could be making money in this market by just buying the top or selling, shorting the top and long in the bottom. But taking a look here at some of the structure of the market, we got Lux Algo price action concepts. Guys, if you're not using any indicators, you're looking for a good one, highly recommend this one. I use this on the show every single day, and there is reason for that because you can easily see, hey, where are some levels you can get in at, especially if you're a trader? What are some levels to sell at? What we're seeing from Bitcoin on the 1 hour is a bunch of bear flags, right? So bear flag, you got price, a big price movement down, you have a channel trending up, and then it breaks, right? Same thing we're seeing now. Price moving down, or price moves down dramatically, and then we see kind of a wedge, a rising wedge, and then price should break down. So we'll see how this plays out. But if you're long in the market right now, I would, if you're leverage trading, of course, don't use too much leverage because you will get liquidated. Trust me, you will get liquidated. But the market sentiment right now is kind of indecisive, right? You have these small bodies, long wicks. You got a tug of war going on between bulls and bears. You can see here from our discount zone, which ranges from 67.8, top end 68.2. Bitcoin's price has reacted positively to it. But still, if you look on the shorter time frame, pretty bearish. If you go out to the longer time frame, again, bearish. We did break, and I will remove the drawings here. We did break structure on the chart. We had change of character here as we made lower highs and lower lows. We really needed to keep up on this 69,192, but we broke way below it, and we're currently sitting at an order block that saw 2-to-1 sells versus buys. We could potentially catch some support at this equilibrium zone, which ranges from 66.97 to 67.664. And so, but again, longer term, if you go out to like say the weekly, there's still a pretty bullish chart for Bitcoin, even on the daily, right? Still looking pretty bullish on BTC. We do want to hold The thing we don't want to happen is we don't want to break below the 62.6 and hold there, because that would kind of change the structure of the chart and we would be more in bearish territory on the longer term. But again, like this number, the 61.9, pretty strong support. You can see here literally one candle down here, and the very next candle, the very next day, we made up everything that we lost. So this was back over March 19th going into March 20th. And so always, if you're starting to get afraid or if you're starting to get jittery about the price of Bitcoin, zoom out, because the Bitcoin chart still looks good on the daily.
Do want to say what chart is not looking good on the daily is the like to viewer ratio.
Wow.
So to all of you that are watching and have ignored this button, do us a favor and hit the like button. Support the channel. If you are a fan of Bitcoin, crypto, our channel, and, well, you want to see us grow, which, by the way, we crossed 70,000 subscribers recently. So we're off to the races, feeling really, really good, man. And so show your love and support. Hit the like button. And also, if you are new here, say hello. We'll drop a NOLA back at you here shortly.
Before we move on to some of the biggest news, I do want to give a shout out to our other channel sponsor, Decrypted.tax. Tax season is coming to an end, or at least unless you file an extension. You want to keep a majority of the money that you made last year. And the way you do that is you have a good tax person who knows the hell they're doing in the space, especially if you're a trader. What a lot of people don't know is a lot of the gas fees you paid last year, especially if you're trading on Ethereum, you could get all that money back, or at least write it down on your taxable income. And so use the link in the description, call the team, set up a free consultation, and get all your questions answered. Also, if you use any of the services, you will get 25% off because you're a member of Sin City Crypto. Now, I did mention earlier, FTX bankruptcy estate aims to make claimants whole by the end of 2024. And so this is great news for anyone that's got money locked up in FTX. We covered this pretty well in 2022 when everything started crumbling. But you know who has made a lot of money is the lawyers, as they charge $2,500 an hour. Jesus Christ. But the good news is, as the prices have gone up, more money is entered into the fund. And so looks like people are going to be made whole, which is great news. Now, important thing is, what lesson have you learned from this? Do not keep any substantial amount of money on any centralized exchange, right? Assume that money is gone, because you never know what can happen. We talk about Coinbase being secure. Who knows? I don't think it's probable. I think there's less than a 2% chance of something like that, some like an FTX style thing happening to Coinbase, but you just never know. The safest thing is to learn how to self-custody your own crypto, because whatever crypto you see on an exchange is not yours. It is owned and controlled by whatever platform that you're using. This is pretty straightforward. I'm not really going to ask your opinion on this, but I will ask your opinion on this. SEC may delay Ethereum ETF until December. This is from Bitwise. Matt Hogan believes a delay could benefit the market by giving TradFi time to adapt. Do you agree with that, Robin?
One more time? Sorry.
So Matt Hogan, the CEO of Bitwise, says he believes a delay could actually be beneficial because it would give TradFi time to adapt.
I don't like any of the delay. I feel like Ethereum is clearly not a security, right? I mean, don't you agree? You can call into question the staking mechanism, the protocol. However, it's pretty obvious to me, to the crypto community, this is not shares of a company. It's not a security. Ethereum is pretty decentralized, right? I feel comfortable. I know nobody's going to come in and take my Ethereum. I know nothing's going to go down with the network. I know they're not going to all of a sudden double the supply of Ethereum, right? And so it's used exactly as what it's intended for. It's the token that powers the network, provides the value for smart contracts to operate. It's the payment for fuel and gas fees. And so let's put this behind us, right? It's not a security. And so the delay is exactly that. It's the same problem we had with the Bitcoin one. Why the hell did we have to wait? The first Bitcoin ETF application went in 2013. 11 years later, it got approved. Perhaps it was a little novel at the time in 2013. Maybe the markets weren't ready for it. I'll say it, $100 Bitcoin probably would have been some massive volatility swings there in that market. I understand. But it's safe to say that Bitcoin is matured, the crypto markets have matured, and Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. And I can comfortably say that Ethereum is also here to stay. And it's not a scam.
I don't know, man.
And
I'm just kidding.
and so it's like, let's move forward. The same way that we said the same thing about Bitcoin. We're like, thank God, about damn time. Why are we waiting any longer for this damn thing? Gary Gensler, I hold you accountable. Do the right thing and get this thing passed, and let's move on. Because you know what? There are tons of fraud and scams in crypto. And if you're going to regulate and go after people and sue people, you know what? I can give you about 50 projects that I know of that people have lost money. Rug pulls and celebrities have launched tokens that have nothing to do besides lining their pockets before the website quickly shuts down. There's plenty of those. Like, use your time and resources to go after actual frauds and scams. And why are we over here wasting our time putting the brakes on Ethereum? I really would hope that this thing just gets passed. And I just hang my hat on the fact that BlackRock has the ETF application in. And BlackRock doesn't really lose very often, especially not when it comes to ETF approvals.
Never love.
They are over 575.
75.
Over 575, yeah, on approvals. One has been denied. So I find it hard pressed, even at this moment, with all the uncertainty, to know that they'll come in and shut down BlackRock. And not to mention, BlackRock is also all in on Ethereum and this tokenization of real world assets as well, that they are touting that they're going to do on the Ethereum blockchain. So, still bullish on the ETH, bro. I just hope
not bullish on gas fees and.
The gas fees are ugly, man. And I think it's going to stifle the adoption and price of Ethereum this bull market. It doesn't discount the fact that they are still majority market share in smart contracts. They are the place to hang out at in DeFi. And perhaps Solana will have more daily users or transactions here and there in the peaks and valleys. But I just don't know, man. I don't see
your sentiment has changed. I can tell from your voice.
My sentiment has changed on price. I thought that the layer 2s being as scalable as they were going to alleviate the base network, right? I thought that the layer 2s having 90% discounted fees, which they're even struggling to get there, right? And so the last upgrade supposed to make Polygon and Friends and all the roll-ups extremely cheap, up to 90% off of the transaction fees that they were paying. We're not really seeing that. And even with the cheaper fees, the base layer has not been alleviated at all, and the prices are still extremely, extremely high. $70 for a swap, $100 for a swap still, and it's just not a sustainable business model, at least not when the competition like Solana, Avalanche, Near Protocol, Cardano, the list goes on and on. Why pay $100 to do what you can do on the competition for pennies, 50 cents, $1 at most, right?
I do.
And I don't know.
I think ETH's in trouble, man. Here's the thing, right? For we always talk about ETH is king. Why? Why is ETH king? We always talk about one thing: liquidity, money, right? Where's all the money? It's on ETH. We're moving into an era where we're going to be an interoperable, where liquidity is going to not be as fragmented, and you're going to be able to dip into different liquidity pools from different layer ones. Once that happens, I'm just saying, I'm not saying ETH is going anywhere, but I'll tell you what, man, 22, 25% dominance for ETH, gone. I'll even argue 18% dominance, gone. You have, like Rob mentioned, Solana. I mean, ETH dominance right now is at 16%. Will we see 20 again? I don't think so. I really don't think so. There you go, 16% dominance on ETH. This got as high as 22, 23%. I think those days are gone, man. Days are gone. You know what, Robin? Today is an anniversary. You know, it's a 1-year anniversary. You know of what?
What?
It's the 1-year anniversary of Doge becoming the temporary Twitter logo celebrated by the Dogecoin army. And remember this, and also remember, Robin, you called this on Around the Blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
You said, I wouldn't be surprised if Elon changed the logo to Doge. She did. Now, you have people like Forrest who say they're super bullish on Doge, even says thinks they're going to get an ETF approval. Because A, we have other meme ETFs like the Inverse Kramer ETF. And B, it's a proof of work coin. He's drawing the line between proof of work and proof of stake as far as what Gary Gensler is willing to approve.
I love Ethereum. It is way better than Chainlink. Also, I love it when Rocco plays the crying sound effect.
Oh, sorry. Got interrupted by AI David. So hold on. Let me hear that one more time.
I love Ethereum. It is way better than Chainlink. Also, I love it when Rocco plays the crying sound effect.
Wow, thank you for bringing so much value to the show, Robin. We really appreciate it, man.
I'm having too much fun with AI. I can't help myself.
Yeah.
Yes, Doge.
You have no idea what we're talking about, do you?
No, I do. So the
Yeah,
Doge,
no idea.
the Doge logo on the building. I called it.
Yeah.
Rob Stradamus.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
That's it.
An absolute mastermind genius. 1 year ago today, though. Was it April Fool's joke then? Was it real? I don't know.
Yeah, it literally was real. You have any actual input to give to this?
No, I don't.
Your thoughts on Doge moving forward? You think money will flow out of these memes that people made 100x on back into the OG?
No,
Doge
no.
payments on Twitter?
I will say this.
An
though.
ETF?
The payments on Twitter, I think, will cause euphoria. It'll cause this FOMO. It'll cause the buzz. I think the Elon effect is still here. It might not be as significant as it was once in the day where he would tweet and all of a sudden everybody would go buy Doge and the price would 2x. I think those days might be over, but I still think that NBC, Fox, CNBC, Bloomberg, Twitter, everything is going to be a buzz if all of a sudden Twitter payments are offering payments with Doge, right? You can have a native wallet on your X. The native wallet is accessible through your phone. Doge is on there. All of a sudden, you're doing tap payments or something of that nature with Doge through your phone. I think that it is something that's possible and on the horizon. And if they achieve that, if that's something that happens, then I think the price of Doge will rise.
I'm
very
bullish on Doge, man.
So, you know, speaking of Twitter, did you see Mr. Beast? And so he tweeted today. Here, if you want to pull this up, Rocco. He says, "I'm quitting YouTube."
It's April Fool's, bro.
And so,
You're stop
Is
being
it?
an idiot. The guy's the biggest YouTuber. He talks
he
about.
says he's quitting.
Okay, you are so dumb. You call me dumb money. You're literally just dumb. You don't actually believe it, right?
Yeah,
Please,
he
for the
might
love
be
of
quitting. You know, the dude, he put a video out on Twitter, on X, and maybe he's seeing the potential here.
I think we're gonna end the show. Jesus God. Anyways, that's not true, guys. Please don't be wrong.
Look, and then how do you explain this? How do you explain this? He says, "I'm posting on
It's
X full time now."
another April
The evidence just keeps stacking up, bro.
I really can't tell if you're being serious or you're joking. Please tell me you're joking. He's not joking. You really think the largest YouTuber who literally just talks about how he loves YouTube and YouTube is his life is going to quit YouTube for a platform that does minuscule numbers compared to what you have on
Man,
YouTube?
You never know, man.
Oh, God. Okay.
I spend a lot of time on Twitter now.
Let me
Yeah,
guess.
Robert-
Ethereum's going to hit
Rob
100 next
Stradamus
week.
maybe is making a new prediction, you know.
Yeah, new prediction, yeah.
There you go.
If he quits YouTube, Robin, I will tattoo his face on my chest.
There we go. Please.
Yeah. What's up with me and tattoos, though? Weird.
Terra Luna.
Never had one. Solana DeFi trading hits all-time high amid meme coin frenzy. you know, you mentioned Solana. It's just such a better experience. Take it from someone who's been degenning into Solana meme coins lately. Made some pretty good money. But it's so much easier. It's faster. It's cheaper. More user friendly. So I think Solana dominance, man, in this bull market is going to grow to over 5.5%, 6%. Will it get to 10? Maybe. But this is from the exact playbook of what we saw in last cycle that just drove the price of ETH from what? $200, $300 to $4,800. Can we see something similar for Solana? I believe we can. You have Fire Dancer coming out. I know a lot of people say, well, a lot of failed transactions. There's been a few times where I've tried to swap and it's saying, hey, there's an error, my fail. But guess what? I just go back in, bloop, hit it again. It's done. It's good. Shows up in my Phantom wallet. Don't have to worry about going in there, pasting a contract address, adding it, showing the visibility, doing this and that. It's just such a better experience. Do not sleep on Solana. Metrics across the board, whether it's DEX volume, whether it's users, whether it's the amount of money. It is slowly surpassing Ethereum on the daily, weekly, and soon to be monthly. It is already on some metrics. But Solana DeFi, Solana meme coins, Solana just in general, do not sleep. I think $1,000 for Solana is definitely in the cards for this bull market. Can we get to as high as $1,200, $1,500?
Maybe,
man. Maybe.
Did want to give a little shout out. Blockchain Bonehead has been a member for 2 months. He says, yo, what's good? And then also we have Evan McG, J5, Warren, Julio, ICP Max, which, by the way, we do got an ICP video coming out here today. So ICP Max, I'm sure you'll be excited about that. And also Chris Z. That's all of you. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
And with that being said, we are done for today. Do want to give another shout out to Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you want to learn how they can help your business scale and grow, visit bluewiretech.com. Also, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Ping that notification bell so you can get all the notifications for all of our content that we put out. Also, go follow us on X at Sin City Crypto 1. That's all I got. Anything else?
Rocco, how you doing over there, bro?
Doing great. Yes.
Yeah.
I heard David just bought a big position on an
pizza and
XRP.
will soon be vegan.
Okay,
Hold on.
I hate BBQ chicken pizza and will soon be vegan.
Hate BBQ chicken, huh?
Yeah. It sounds so much like me.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So it's true or is it April Fool Day?
Yeah, it's so true. So
you bought it. You bought a XRP?
Yeah, XRP. Yeah, I love XRP.
Okay. Go for it.
Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Make sure to come back tomorrow, same place, same time. On behalf of all of us here at Sin City Crypto, love you guys. Till tomorrow.
Ciao tutti.
Peace.
Sin City Crypto. Everybody know what we here for. Entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.